Do it.
Help! I have fallen and I can't get up.
Hold on, lady. Jay Thomas is on, and I need to know what's going on today. I'll be with you after the show. Now, where's that volume knob? I need to turn this thing up.
Turn it up.
And now, from a secret location outside of Hooker, Oklahoma, nestled in our DEFCON 1 priority bunker, safely ensconced hundreds of feet below the fruited plains where America grows her amber waves. Articulating profundities with humor and perspicacity seldom heard between these purple mountains' majesty, it's the Jay Thomas Show, with your humble host, Jay Thomas.
Being humble. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Let's hear some happy music. Yeehaw! Kevin McLeod, ladies and gentlemen. Still picking. Welcome aboard. Okay. So you still want to talk about Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah, that's important, huh? Let me tell you something. What's important is Japan is about to unleash Godzilla onto the world. Okay, the stocks went down last week, it was this week and last week. They went down like 400 or 500 points. Do you know why they did? Have any idea? No? Okay. The reason why is because the Bank of Japan is just talking about raising their interest rates to a shocking 1.71%. Holy cow, how are we ever going to live, ladies and gentlemen, with that kind of ridiculous interest rate in Japan? Well, this is why. The investment class, it's not us, right? I'm glad I am wearing my Sakamoto Day t-shirt too, because this is about Japan. This is the reason why. Okay. Japan has really high inflation rate. So what do you do? What did we do for our high inflation rates when Biden sent it up to like 10, well, let's 23, 24, 25%, really over 4 years. That's what it was. We raised interest rates. Japan hasn't raised its interest rates since 2008. They've kept them at 0.5%, 0.5%. So this led to, after the tariffs, and this is the headline. This is from Makiko Yamazaki, and Satoshi Sugiyama. Japan's economy contracts for the first time in 6 quarters on the tariff hit. So we hit them with tariffs, and their GDP shrank almost 2%, 1.8%. If our GDP shrank 2% over 3 months, 3 months, 1 quarter, 3 months, our hair would be on fire. You'd be blaming Trump from everything from Jeffrey Epstein to Jeffrey Dahmer. You'd be freaking out. So what Japan said is like, well, look, we have to start raising our interest rates. They've been on it for 17 years. So why would you do that? Well, they tried to keep their industries up and running and stuff. So they figure that low interest rates like ours, because we kept them low for a long time. That's what they decided to do. So let's see here. The growth is the major factor. They want to grow like we want to grow. And that's what they should be doing for their own country. This is what Trump is about. We take care of America, you take care of Japan. You got to do what you got to do, we got to do what we got to do. Sometimes we can make some deals and do, and both will win. So here's the this is from was it CNBC? This is CNBC. The dollar touched a fresh 9.5-month high against the yen, and it's like 154 yen now to a dollar, before easing and edged down versus the euro on Tuesday as investors worried about Japan's fiscal stance and awaited U.S. data. Okay. The dollar index, a measure of the U.S. currency against major rivals, was roughly flat after snapping a 4-day losing streak on Monday, and that's okay. We can adjust our dollar. That's fine. This is money markets have in recent days priced in a chance of two 5 basis point rate cuts for around 50. That's us. We're cutting rates. They're raising rates, and that's just because the two economies are like almost mirror images, opposite mirror images of each other. So the reason why this freaked out the investment class is because what they've been doing is they go and they buy yen, and then they go and they buy dollars, and they make the money on the difference. It's called the yen carry. Okay, what they've been doing, and this doesn't affect. I mean, you might have $100,000 in the bank that you're going to retire on. That's, you're not going to play that in the forex and the money market. So, hold on. Let me read this. What they've been doing, and this is the interest rate game. This is it's called the yen. Hold on here. They actually have a board game for it too. Oh crap! So what they've been doing is the investment class, like the sheikhs in Saudi Arabia, and some guy in Connecticut that has a hedge fund that really just doesn't even get off the beach in St. Bart, and he sits on the beach, and every year he rolls over and pushes a button to sell, and he makes $55 million. How does he do that? You take $1 billion and you buy yen, and then you take the yen and you buy U.S. bonds. U.S. bonds are 6%. Yen is 0.5%. The 55%, the 5.5% interest is your carry. You stick that in your pocket, and that's your profit. Well, they can't do that anymore because it's going to go up to 1.17. That's what it's saying anyway. So let's say it goes up 1.17, and ours is coming down to 3%. These investment class people are freaking out because they can no longer make their $55 million a year sitting on the beach pressing a button every year. One button. So that's important. This is the important thing. You didn't hear about this. You don't know. You didn't know, did you? A few people did, but you didn't know that the reason why the Dow crashed 400 points, was it Monday? It's been down. Let's check. Let's take a look at the Dow. Let's take a look at the Dow. I'll do it here, and I got to do it here, okay? CC, don't worry about it. Here's Dow Jones Index. Here we go. So let's do 5 days. Okay, it started going down 5 days ago, and it has gone from 48.5 to 46, 3,000 points. Past 5 days, it's down 3.49%. Or, if you want to know, 1,667% in 5 days. You know why? It's not anything that we're doing. Here they say it's worried. Think has worries on AI, U.S. economy. No, it's not. All this is bullcrap. It's because Japan is saying, "Well, we got to raise rates." That's why. Now, you want to know? You want to know some more about Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein is dead. There's your news flash. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Ghislaine Maxwell, however you say her name, is in prison. Maxwell and Epstein are the two people who trafficked girls. That's it. That's your freaking news story. You continue. You want to go. You want to go and pay attention to the stupid crap that MTG and Thomas Massey is pushing. You're going to miss this. This is important. What Japan is doing is important because Japan decided a few days ago, it was only like last week, Friday, that we're going to, last Friday would be, Friday the 3rd, we're going to be raising our interest rates by a measly 0.75. Ooh, just got hit again. That was the Dow Jones going down. That's important. That's why this is happening. It's not any of this other stuff. They're saying it's bubble fear rattles stocks. Dow drops. Market news closed down. Oh, Dow ends up down over 550 points. Ooh, it's because of Japan and what Japan is doing. These people want to take the money out of the equity market, which is the Dow Jones. It's stocks. That's what equity is called. They take the money out of the equity right now, and they're going to stick it in Japan before they raise the rates. Because they can make an easy 5.5% right now. And that's why they're doing this. But go ahead, worry about a guy who is dead and his girlfriend who's in prison, because that's much more important than this. This can take you out. This can make your beef $20 a pound. But I'm sure that would be Trump's fault instead of your fault, because the investment class is taking the money out of the equity market, which is the stock market, and buying yen right now. By the billions. They're buying billions of dollars of yen, and they're coming over to the window in the United States, and they're buying the United States treasuries. And they're just going to sit on them. Whoop, just went down again. Now it's down from 5 days ago, 1,724 points. Feel good? Feel good about that freak out and about Jeffrey Epstein making you feel good? Well, this is what happens when you pay attention to all these shiny objects, all the garbage. I have done the deep dive into the Epstein, and I was really disappointed that all it really came back to was Epstein and his girlfriend were zooming young women for him. That's what it came back to. That's it. For most part, there might be other people out there, a couple here and there, but that's it. And you know who knows? Who knows about the pedophiles? Who knows about it? The women who are out there right now making videos on X, going on talk shows, going on the news, they know the names. So if it's that important to him, and again, Epstein's dead. He can't do anything to him. Maxwell's in prison. There's nobody that's not going to be for them. Nobody's going to say, oh, this guy's threatening you. Well, we're not going to do anything about it. Bullcrap. They have everybody for them, and they're not saying the names. Doesn't that make you a little bit? Doesn't that sound weird? So you go ahead, pay attention to Epstein. We're only down 1,700 points in 5 days. This is important. Japan's not important. I bet you didn't know about Japan, did you? Well, that's why I keep an eye on everything, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the point. Here it is. This is the thing that can get you. This is the thing that can ruin your ride there. Not Epstein. Epstein's gone. So, 1750. Wow. All right. Well, it's down. And it's not because of any other, the worries on AI and the U.S. economy. It's not. It's all because they're taking billions of dollars out of equities and they're buying yen before they go up, before yen goes up. So before the interest rates of the yen go up at the end of the week or in December or whenever they plan to do it, they're gonna get all that cheap money and they're gonna go and buy our expensive money and they're gonna pocket the difference, and that's the truth. So, good luck with the Epstein stuff. This is much more important. So have a good day. We're gonna take you out on Still Picking again. Remember, Godzilla is out there. Ooh. Another 25 points down. Bye, ladies and gentlemen.